Hey, what's going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video. Thank you so much for being here. Taking a look at the market pretty much for this week, what happened and what is actually happening. Is the market actually going to continue melting down or having this massive tank, or is it going to be correcting now next week? So let's try to see the possibilities on the market and overall Nasdaq, US 30, S&P 500, and the stocks as well. After the interest rates, um, being increased, so it is definitely being affected, and it's affecting very, very hard. Like you can see that it's just news and the high interest that is affecting right now. Because look at the speed of the drop, the speed of the drop, and by that I mean that normally the market, you would see it has a certain angle, right? It will drop, doing a certain angle, right? And right here is like not like that. It's like almost vertical, like the push is almost vertical. So this is a massive, massive drop. I was not expecting to go this low. Now that I'm seeing that the price is actually breaking, look, I'm on a daily time frame on Nasdaq right here. So price broke this kind of little support, even closed lower than this low. You see right here, it just created another low. It's just a straight line to the bottom, and it closed like that. There's no wick at the bottom. No, not even a small wick. It just closed like that. So this is definitely telling me that it will continue dropping. There's nothing in here we can do. How far is it going to go? There are more levels, of course, but do you guys think it's going to be reaching the 600? This is the 600 SMA, and this is the 80 EMA. Do you think the market is even going to reach this low? Let's try to see in the past. Like as I've always been mentioning, this massive drop right here, this was the explosion of coronavirus, right? And right now, the market is getting closer to the same distance, like almost the same amount of pips. Like by that, I would just measure, okay, just to have an idea. I would measure pretty much from the moment the drop started all the way to the bottom, right? How many pips? About, let me do it again. Yeah, about 3,100 pips, right? And right now, if we go from the very top of the drop until now, we have about 2,278 pips. So we're actually getting closer to this one. So right now the market is almost replicating the drop of coronavirus. That's why, I was not expecting the market to go this low at the beginning of the year, but this is definitely a big, big crash. I was watching some news, watching some videos, and some billionaires were also predicting a crash for 2022. Um, and it's a big, big correction. Okay, big, enormous correction. Now, as I mentioned, just by looking in the past, do you think the market will replicate the coronavirus drop, or is it gonna even get lower than that? Is it actually gonna reach the 600, which is gonna be right here? Do you think the market is gonna continue dropping somewhere around this zone? Wow, if that happens, I mean, this is definitely a like the biggest crash in history. Like literally, let's see. Let's try to go back and past. Yeah, that, like, you can definitely see that the one of the biggest drops. Oh my God! Just look at this monthly. I haven't seen it. Yeah, but look at the size of the week on this month so far. Look at this size. So I told my students that I won't be actually looking for buys or trading the markets pretty much for the rest of the month, for the rest of January. I won't be actually looking for more entries. Right now, a market could start. Look at that. There's no week also at the bottom on that candle. There's no week at all. Like my goodness. So we're still, of course, a few days. We're still about a week, yeah, a week and a day for this. This is a big month. This month actually has 5 Sundays. Yeah, it has 5 Sundays. So still about a week for the month to end. And let's see if we're gonna have some type of retracement right here. If next week at least the price is gonna retrace a little bit and the market is going to close. This candle is going to close with a little wick to the bottom. Like always, you can also see in the past that the markets, they tend to close with at least some type of wick at the bottom, always. Okay, sometimes shorter, like right here it was very short, but at least it was a bullish candle right there. But when they close, well, right here just a little bit, when they close at the bottom, when the price is very cheap, they tend to close with a little rejection. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just by seeing the probabilities, we could have some type of correction. If not, this thing definitely will melt down, and let's try to draw the next supports and resistance maybe. So right here you can see it's another, um, let's see, it's a monthly right here. It's a monthly support, and maybe somewhere around here. Let's try to go on a daily, but that's a monthly. This is a big daily resistance right here. Market could also be reaching that zone. There are different zones. Maybe here as well. It's a very strong zone, but I would leave it like that. Let's see if this market is going to continue melting all the way down. As I always say, guys, not because the market is cheap, it means it can't get cheaper. It's just that this is definitely unexpected. I was not expecting. Many people was not expecting this thing. Some millionaires, as I mentioned, they were just like kind of like predicting a crash on 2022 when they did not exactly they didn't know exactly when, but it's happening. Looks like it's happening now, and this is definitely a massive drop. And like right here also, like you can see, it was almost a vertical movement. So it's very aggressive and fast, that massive drop right there. So right now it's happening. It's happening here. Yeah, I was definitely not expecting that. So if we go on a 4 hour, there's nothing like you can say like, oh my god, this is just a very aggressive movement to the bottom. The market has been very nasty, doing a lot of fake outs. Like right here, for example, though you can see the market was creating that nice bearish flag. Why did the market had to push and then drop? You see, people right here were most likely getting into sales or waiting for the breakout to happen to the downside to get into a sale. But no, the market, the New York Stock Exchange open, and that thing is like they said, no, you know what? Let's buy for a few minutes. Let's buy for maybe an hour or two, and then we're going to sell this thing. So price did push up, so it's scaring people out from the sale. And right here, by seeing this big push, people were most likely were buying right here. Stop loss maybe somewhere around here below this zone, and a few hours after, this thing will just went crashing. So this is a fake out right here. This is manipulation, clear manipulation right there. Also today we did have some type of crazy manipulation as well. I look at this nice sale right here. I did not trade today. Basically, I did send this analysis to the VIP, but I did not actually trade. So I told my students like, hey, this is a um, nice position actually for a sell. Like if you enter on that breakout, it's a nice position for a sell. So you put the actual stop loss above previous high, and I did send something like that analysis to the group, and I was aiming maybe more to this zone. And the market opened, started dropping. Well, not the market open. This push actually happened about 2 hours before the New York Stock Exchange opened. So look what the market did. The price was going down a little lower, a little lower. It didn't reach at least halfway down, uh, right there. And look at that immediately. As soon as the market opened, the New York Stock Exchange opened, it pretended to go up, stopping people out, and then went down, actually going to the actual direction. And then after that, it did a big pick up and then down. So a lot of craziness happening on the markets and overall. So that's why I'm saying no. I'd rather just wait for this crazy volatility or this crazy news thing that is currently happening right now to go away. I will wait definitely for the month of January to just end. I don't want to trade anymore for the rest of the month, and let's see how February is going to start. I want to see more stronger signals because right now, as I mentioned, it's been creating a lot of fake outs. And by that, I mean, just look at this. Look at this right here. Nice setup for a head and shoulder. The price went in here. Look at this, left head, right shoulder right here. The price did give us that big momentum. A lot of buyers were getting into here strong right here and aiming most likely to previous highs. This high. And look at what happened. At this point, the market failed strong and started actually going to the downside. We were starting to climb on top of the 80 EMA, and right here, then this is when the news started to come out. The interest rates, they are hiring the interest rates right here at this point, and this thing started crashing. Right here, it created some other type of head and shoulder formation. Again, the price should have reached at least this high. It didn't. It failed horribly, that head and shoulder. So you see a lot of fake outs, formations or bullish formations are not actually completing, and since it's still the, due to the all everything that is happening right now, it's affecting very strong the market. So I don't like when the market is getting like that. It's definitely getting ugly, and it's not showing, not even like it's clear to the downside. Like if it's clear to the downside, it would not be making this type of fake outs. Like, oh my goodness, like right here as well, the price was creating that nice uh, flag right here. Look at that manipulation right there. So we were, this was a bearish flag, and the price with the New York Stock Exchange open, instead of actually melting right away, if the news were bad, if everything was going bad, the it should have melted right away, and it should have been, a lot more simple for retail traders to get in. But this is where they say, hey, you know what? No, 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 we're not gonna let this thing too easy. So let's buy. So this thing shoot up, like making the formation not valid. This pattern where here, right here, was no longer valid after it started pushing up. Pretending it's going up now, people were getting into buys right here and aiming previous zones, right? Boom, you get into a buy, you put the stop loss maybe below this low, and that market, oof, meltdown. So manipulation everywhere. US 30, S&P 500 also were having exactly the same thing. Look at that bearish flag right there. Look at that nasty movement to the upside and then melting. So that was a dirty move right there. And still, so I mentioned, still crashing. Markets are going to still continue crashing. And this is S&P 500. So we measure again coronavirus, about 1,013 pips, and 1,213 pips from the drop. So right here we are just 438 pips. So we're very far away in comparison with coronavirus. But how low do you think this is going to get? Is it going to reach previous zone on the daily, or is it going to reach maybe this zone right there? Let's see what's going to happen, but nothing else to do, guys. If you're into sales, some of my students were able to catch actually the sales or the momentum right here, the actual trap right there. They enter aggressively. It's more risk into it. I actually I did not getting into that one, but some of my students they did, and they were able to catch some really nice sales in there. But other than that, is crazy even right now to get into a sell, because you don't know when is it going to start bouncing up. You know, everything is aiming still to the downside, but still is even crazy. You have to wait for a nice formation, at least a bearish flag or some other type of bearish formation or a breakout of a structure to the downside. This is a zone right here, right? So you want to go on a sell, you wait for the breakout to the downside, and you enter on the breakout, stops above, and then TP 1 to 2 risk to reward. Or what I'm recommending my students right now is just to go and scalp it. Don't do anything like even or day trading, just basically day trading. Just hold it for a few minutes, maybe an hour max, because it's gonna get crazy, and that's it. You're out. Okay, so trying to find setups, 15-minute, 5-minute, or 1-minute time frame. That is it. Trying to stay away for much time or longer periods on the markets right now, since they're getting very very crazy, and everything in overall, like not just indices. Bitcoin, look at Bitcoin right now, massively dropping. I did send this analysis um, to the team as well. Seeing that head and shoulder, like right there, look at that massive drop, and it is in head and shoulders. So the drop is definitely expected to reach the 30,000. Right now on the daily, you can see that the market is even reaching the 600 also. So Bitcoin is very cheap. Is where How long is it going to go? I'm putting at least to the 30K. I think Bitcoin is going to reach at least the 30K. If it's going to start pushing up later, well, maybe. Like right here, there was another head and shoulders. Was the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and it didn't continue dropping. Actually, started pushing up after that. But right here, it definitely broke the 40K, and that thing is just dropping. It's 36,000 right now, so it's very cheap right now. Ethereum also broke very strong. Just look at this; it broke the $3,000, and I was aiming to the 2,000 right there. So everything is bearish except gold. I would say gold has started actually pushing up. This is on a 4 hour. I'm predicting this type of movement. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of rejections right here. So this is starting to look more nice. Really, really nice actually for a buy right there on that zone. Like if we go in the past, you can see this is a nice, very strong resistance slash now support. This is what I wanted to see. It's looking nice, being honest. If you go in a 1 hour, you could say maybe that's a double bottom, maybe happening right there. Look at that little pin bar and price pushing. So it's very likely that the market will start now pushing up. Even if you want to get in aggressively there, you put the stop maybe there, and you could aim your TP to previous highs. Or if you want to hold it for longer, it could be reaching that. But just be careful there, just in case. Um, let's see, could be. Oh, this is looking nice. I'm just watching something right now here. Uh huh. Think we might get into something. All right, I haven't seen that. This is looking clean. Yeah, this is looking clean. Look at this flag in here, and now look at this flag in here. So, all right, you can go aggressively here inside, or you could just wait for the breakout to happen, okay? Like it happened here. Wait for that breakout. Nice setup on gold right there. I haven't seen that on a 1 hour. So it's forming that little flag right there, bullish flag. This is looking beautiful. Yeah, I would not make the entry right there, even though it's very tempting. Not gonna lie. But knowing gold, I would wait for I would definitely wait for the breakout, because anything could happen. Gold could definitely did this dirty thing right here. Like you see this massive wick to the bottom. Like if you enter, so let's say you enter right here, you enter right there on that bullish, and because you already had the flag formation in there. So you did that entry on that bullish engulfing candle. You put the stop loss below the zone, and then you aim to previous highs, right there. Look at what that dirty thing did as well. It dropped, it cleaned you out, it cleaned a lot of stop losses, and then started pushing up. So gold can do that. So don't be careful. Just that's all I can say. Be careful there. All right, with gold. So looking really nice for that buy right there. But anyways, that's all pretty much it, guys. If you have any doubts, any questions, if you're interested on the mentorships that I'm offering, course and the signals, just let me know. Just go on the website, teamprofitsfx.com. You can find the information on the description below the video, and hit me up. You can also reach out to me on Telegram. You have all the information there. Follow me on the free Telegram group as well if you're interested on learning what we do. So again, guys, thank you so much for being here. Give it a big thumbs up if you like this content. It motivates me to keep posting videos more often. Again, appreciate your time. Have a wonderful day, guys. Take it easy.